Hello, everybody. Lately, a lot of people have been asking me about, I talk about issues with my stomach. And yeah, I do have Crohn's disease. Fortunately, it's not really super bad. I haven't had to have no surgeries or anything like that. But other people are wondering, how I get by in Southeast Asia, with such an ailment. It's kind of very similar to, like, I guess it's colitis or whatever, and irritable bowel syndrome. And it's just a rotten thing, Crohn's disease. Now, I call it a designer disease because it's different for everybody. It really is. It's no one diet will cover it all. It's just so different for people that have it. Some people can eat this and that food, and I can't touch it. I'll get into that in a little bit. But there's, you go to a dietitian, and there's no one diet to cover it all. And what the dietitian will tell you is keep a journal, okay? A food journal. Identify your okay foods and identify your not okay foods, and just every day write down what you've been eating, all your 3 meals and whatever, and identify what is good for you, and and not only what it is. Okay, well, I had a sandwich, and this, what was in that sandwich? I'll tell you a story about the sandwich. I was having problems, and I like a sandwich for lunch, and it's easy to make. And I said, well, God, I'm feeling bad today. What was it? Breakfast was always good, and supper was safety food. But I just had a sandwich. Oh, I got to stop using bologna. Well, I'll use some sliced ham. No, I'll use some turkey. Turned out to be the mayonnaise. Tears me up. So you just kind of got to isolate what you got going on there, And also oils. Generally, I think most of the restaurants and stuff around here use palm oil because, well, it's readily available and it's quite inexpensive. Heck of a lot less inexpensive than like olive oil and what's the other one? Avocado oil. And whenever I see avocado oil in the stores, I buy it. But it's spendy. But I would rather spend extra money instead of sitting on the toilet all day long. And also, a good thing to do is to invest in an air fryer. Air fryer is my best friend. You don't have to use any oils. A lot of recipes will say, spray on a little bit of oil, and you can if you want. But instead of having deep fried chicken or something, it's so much better for us that have issues with our stomachs not to use the oil and use an air fryer. It does wonderful on pizzas and French fries. So now some places are okay, restaurants, and some places are not. And this is what has happened to me. I can go down on the corner and eat at pizza joint A and have a pepperoni pizza, and I'm fine, no problem at all. A week later, I can go down to the corner and eat pepperoni pizza at the pizza joint B, and it'll just tear me up. Well, what's the difference? Just a little bit of difference in the spice or whatever in the pepperoni can do it. So that's like when I find a place that I'm comfortable with, has good food for me, I'll stick with it. Because you kind of have to. You don't want to be sick, and it's no fun at all. What's okay for your Crohn's disease is not okay for mine. I kind of touched on that, at the beginning. I understand people, and they have compassion, your friends, and they go, oh yeah, I want him to enjoy, the culinary delights that I enjoy. It happened to me a lot in Thailand. I had a lot of friends that I met in the United States. They're Thai, and they're all chefs. And I'd go and visit them in Thailand, and they say, oh yeah, we'll go to this restaurant. It's got really good food. It's not all that spicy and this and that. Spicy to you and spicy to me is like two different things, And spicy does not necessarily always mean hot, Spices could also, be herbs and stuff, and sometimes some things like that will mess me up. Too much garlic. Oh, nope, nope, nope. So, anyways, they would say, hey, we got a new Indian restaurant here in town. It's got the best green curry. Oh, no, sorry, I'm gonna pass. Oh, you never come out with us. Well, I can't do certain things, And another thing that I think people don't understand about Crohn's disease is sometimes we are tired. We don't get enough vitamins sometimes. No, I'm going to pass. Oh man, what a bummer. You party pooper. No, that's not. I'd like to go out, but like the vitamin B's. I don't. My stomach doesn't process them all that well, so I have to take vitamin B complex. I get the drip about once every 2 months, sometimes once a month, and that helps for me. But if not, that perks me up, and I'm not so tired. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is a little bit different from what the foods or whatever. And that's like if you're going to go out someplace and you're going to explore some temples or something, or just restaurants, or walk around the street, whatever. Just kind of keep an eye out and identify, be aware of where the toilets are at, because you never know. Personally with my Crohn's disease, when Mother Nature calls, it's not a text message. It's a frickin' Instagram. I'm not joking. Sometimes it's like that. Right. So you kind of want to know where they're at. You might want to carry a backpack with some wet wipes and an extra bottle of water, because you never know if you're out of the city and you're going to stop somewhere. It may be one of those squatties, and there's only one way to learn them, and that's by necessity. So just keep that in mind. Another little trick that I do before I'm traveling, go down to Kuala Lumpur for a long weekend or something, or going back home, whatever, hopping on the bus. I eat safe food that's good for me, that I know is not going to cause me any problems, 2 days in advance. For 2 days, I do have a very bland culinary life, but it's a lot better than getting to where you're having your little vacation and sitting and counting bathroom tiles for half the time you're there. So that's been very helpful for me, so you don't have those issues while you're traveling, which is a pain in the butt, I'm telling you. And then also when you get there, if you're just going for a couple days or whatever, and it's might be a little bit more expensive, but sometimes you just got to do it. When you're renting a place, just don't rent a hotel room if you're going to be there 4 or 5 days or whatever. Try to get a place with a kitchenette. I did that a lot when I was down in Mexico, southern Mexico, and I got some good food down there, but I got to be careful there too. But if you got a kitchenette, that's going to help you out a whole lot. It really is. And well, hey, I hope that helped you. I could have gone on for an hour or more on this issue, but I just wanted to touch on some of the things that kind of relate to me and maybe relate to you. And I hope you might have a little understanding and I answered a lot of your guys and gals' questions about traveling and living overseas with this bad stomach type issues. So anyways, if you're still here, you're my #1 fans, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.